people go on TikTok, people go on YouTube, right? And they look at dumb shit.
Yeah.
And like, not to get corny on you, but a lot of kids, I'm a 38-year-old kid, didn't have or don't have somebody in their life that's telling them the shit that you're saying right now. And me personally, I think it's important.
Since the beginning of time, it's always been about oppression. And that's what people don't think. People think in this country that they're free. You're not free. Okay? Because if you don't work, you're screwed. And if you work, you're screwed. Okay? So either way, you're not winning. Okay? It's all the demographics and all these people with positions that come up here into your hometowns, and they promise they're going to do this and they're going to do that. And it's not about you. It's about them and the prestige and the power to dictate. That's why people, oh, Mr. Trump's going to be a dictator. He's being led by a bunch of dictators now.
Yeah.
Okay? They dictate and you follow. If you don't follow, they got something for you. Okay? The problem is this, that you as a head of family are responsible for your family, keeping the roof over their head, putting food on the table, paying your utilities, and everything else that they come up with. That's
right.
Part of keeping the economy going. As much as it sucks, it's a necessary evil.
Right, and I'm okay with that.
Okay, so what happens now is, like everything, you have to divide the masses per se in sections. Okay, you got a certain amount of people that have just given up. Okay, and they live in the streets. Okay, to me, that's a harder job than actually having a job. Okay, because you're waiting on the goodwill of those around you, but everybody else is oppressed just like you. The only difference is they haven't allowed themselves to get to that point.
Yeah.
Okay, so, and then you have those that
mentally ill on the street. They don't have a choice.
Right, and what's so criminal about this country is that you have so much wealth in the country, but none is put to good use. You know how many billions of dollars our latest ship of war costs the taxpayer? $13 billion. Okay, for this aircraft carrier, plus the manpower to power it and pay for food, keep these individuals alive. If all these nations really got together and decided, to really have a disarmament, they would live a lot better, because that money that they spend, them trillions of dollars that they spend just to avoid Armageddon, and they are getting them there real quick. Okay, because Mr. Putin's already threatening because he pissed. Okay, this side ain't going to let him have his way, so they're going to continue to make him pissed. So it's only a matter of days before we all wake up and be glowing.
Yeah, dude. Push the fucking button.
Okay, but yet all of us go to bed every day thinking there's a tomorrow. That's what I tell people. Tomorrow ain't promised to nobody. And in a lot of different ways. You stumble down the stairs, kill yourself.
Yeah.
Okay, so at the end of the day, it's doggy dog, day by
Kill
day.
Kill or be killed.
Yeah. People, hey, why you buy a new car? You had a new car. Oh, shit, it's going to get old. I want a new one. I don't want to worry about it.
That's
okay,
you're fucking spitting right now.
Okay, when that motherfucker blow up, I'll be ready to give it back to him again. Give me another one, fuck it. Okay? At the end of the day, when people put too much emphasis on money, and money ain't nothing but a number game.
Right.
Okay? That's all it is. It's a numbers game. Okay? You have to have X amount of numbers to meet your weekly or your monthly criteria.
Your monthly quota. How can I get those numbers?
Right. The problem is, like I do these school trips, and I mean I got fifth and sixth graders. I'm taking them their parents from cell phones, okay, to giving them a pocket full of money. Okay, they don't teach them the values, like when we grew up, we had to have an imagination. PlayStation this, PlayStation that. What we did was, before you used to get your milk in a wooden crate, and you want to get a ride, you think your parents are gonna go spend $300-400 on a motorized car for you to go around in circles? Shit, they send you the hell outside. You better find something to do.
Go build it.
Okay, and what we used to do, we used to go grab a piece of 2x4, a broken skate, a goddamn milk crate, and some nails, and you had a scooter. Okay, you had to use your imagination. This thing, these kids inside the house glued to computer games and their phone, that didn't exist in the old days. Okay, you went outside and played. Okay,
right? Yeah.
Get the hell up out of here. Well, the thing is that the government is really taking away from the parents being able to, because the sad thing about it is if your kids go out there and you discipline them, they want to throw you in jail because they want to call it abuse. Okay, but you turn around, you go in front of that same judge, and your kid commit a crime against society.
Right.
Now he wants to chastise you because you ain't done your job as a parent. So how do you manage or balance these things in a society that's so intrusive? I mean,
that's at home. I mean, that starts at home, right? And I understand we're in like a new age of don't hit your kids and this, that, and the third. And I understand that.
See, the thing is that you have to be able to distinguish between one or the other, and the government does not have the time to distinguish. So basically, everybody falls in the same thing. The parent that gives a shit as opposed to the parent that don't give a shit. Okay, you fall in. They put you in the same category because, again, to them, they're dealing in numbers. Not dealing,
with people.
Right. It's like
when you get that many people in any organization or any quote unquote room, you can't look at them as, it's so sucky to say, but you can't look at them as people if you want to run something efficiently. The problem is let's say our country is not being run efficiently.
Well, because the people that are in charge are out of tune.
They do not have their finger on the pulse. I agree with that.
They want to basically characterize everything in sections: bad, worse, uncontrollable. Okay, and when you're doing things like that, it's just like the kid that grows up in Iowa. Okay, in the country, this, that, and the other, goes to college, decides wants to do good. I'm going to take a sociology degree. Okay, now they move into a big town because that's where the money's at when it comes to sociology, because it's population, and dealing with the deprived. You come with that mindset of Midwest, okay, where you all sit down at dinner, you have on the porch, you have conversation, you have rational thought. You're talking a bunch of people that have no rational thought because they have no control over their life.
Yeah.
Okay, their life is dictated by the moment. There's no long-term plans. Okay, and this is why they're so freaking lost. It's sad to say that somebody has gotten so bad that they've actually given up. I mean, I can't imagine. I go a day with missing a bathroom, and I'm itching like a damn dog with fleas. I just don't. I don't get it how somebody can go years on end without putting water on that ass. Okay, that shit gotta be crusty. Okay, but you see it out there every day. Okay, and you go up to uptown Charlotte, people sleeping on.
Yeah, it's sad as fuck, dude.
On bench and what have you. Yeah,
there's a whole tent city under the freeway. It's sad as shit.
Okay, it's just like the government. Every election year, or every time They want to scare the masses, especially the elderly. They start with the bullshit of Social Security, like Social Security is some sort of entitlement program. No, people that receive checks have put that money well, hasn't even put that money in there. You forcibly have taken that money out of their pocket.
And now you're not making good on the deal.
Thank you. Okay, but it's a scare tactic because you can't tell me that Social Security gonna run out of money, but you can afford to send trillions of dollars to a foreign country without repayment, regardless if it's the military stuff, because all them tanks, all them missiles, all that shit, you're gonna have to replace. Okay, so what are you people that are on social service, and they hear you talking, oh, I don't get it. Why you so upset? That's free money. That's the government. Well, the problem is the government ain't got no money. Okay, the government has to go to the working masses, the people that contribute, and then they wonder why the millionaires don't want to pay their fair share. Well, that's your fault too, because the laws that you make allow them to circumvent you. Okay, it's like all of these big organizations, pharmaceutical, medical, all these big corporations, they have tremendous dollars on the taxpayers' money because they'd rather have that than give to the government.
Yeah.
Okay, and you say, well, you should see the waste, but they don't care because that's a write-off. I can write that off against my profits. Okay, as opposed to if it's like right now, like all these millionaires, they got all their monies and shares and stocks and this, that, and the other. They worth billions, but cash they ain't got shit. Okay, because the minute that they liquidate it in any kind of form or fashion, okay, here come Uncle Sam.
Well, usually what they do is they invest in public shareholdings. That way they can invest and get a loan against it.
You see, the problem is that the smart person that makes it understands the rules. It's like the old saying goes, don't hate the player, hate the game.
Can you shut up?
Okay, because it's not the person that's successful has figured out the game.
Right, and I'm not hating on them, not one bit. Get your money, but there's a certain point when you have all the money in the world, and basic things aren't taken care of. And I mean, the basics. Food, shelter, water.
But you see, that's what...
You don't want to give us free universal health care? That's fine, dude. That's fine.
But you see, that's what keeps society going because then... And, we're too big of a nation.
Other societies don't follow this model, and they're doing just fine.
But we're too big of a... You have to understand the concept of this country. This country is ran by the almighty dollar.
Yes.
That's all that matters here.
Right. Capitalism.
Okay, capitalism to its fullest. Okay, they don't believe in what they call it, commune type thing, a sharing. Okay, because that would mean that you would lose your freedom of choice, your freedom of expression. Okay,
I think you would gain
by becoming a socialist.
No, you would gain it. You would have two options. Are you a good person? Are you a righteous person? Or are you a piece of shit person?
Well, but the thing is that you would still have to conform, and there's no level of separation in socialism, aside from the people that are above oppressing you.
Right, I get that. There's still going to be your top echelon. I understand that.
Okay, so you see, that's why you have such a disagreement in this country, because there's a lot of people that are willing to work hard. They figured out the scheme. Millionaires galore in this country.
So then maybe what we should do is be transparent. Tell us the scheme, because for the ones that are willing to work their dicks off, give us a fair shot.
Well,
and if we don't seize it, that's on us.
Right, but you see, the thing is, the way that they look at it is out there, okay? Because really...
Is it, though?
Say, for instance, if it wasn't considered a Ponzi scheme,
Okay.
If you went out there on national, or you got your program, and asked everybody
Yeah.
to donate $1, you got 350 million plus people in this country.
Donate $1, everybody. You heard it from Pappy PopOff's mouth himself. You better fucking donate some shekels, dude. I'm tired of fucking working for the man. Back to what you're saying.
Okay. If the government didn't consider it and want to put you in jail, because the biggest gangster on this earth is the United States government. Okay, they're the biggest gangster. Okay, that's why they watch you so diligently. If everybody was to donate $8 to your cause, okay, and everybody in this country sent you $1, you've had $350 million.
Oh no, yeah, that's not lost on me.
Okay, and you figure what's $1 in comparison to how they rake you over the coals, because you get taxed before you get your money. Before you see your money, they get their share.
Yeah.
Okay, every item that you purchase, they get some more money.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the game is oppression. Okay, because you want that fine car. And not that you can't have that fine car. That fine car costs you $1,000 a month. You got the $1,000. Again, we go to a numbers game. Can you generate them numbers to have that vehicle? Okay, and there ain't nobody keeping you out of the $30 million mansion other than you not having $30 million.
Well, no shit.
Okay, you know, that's their game. The thing is that the government is no worse than the mafia. Okay.
Yeah.
You know, the only difference between the government and the mafia is that they do it. You know, the mafia does it under the code of armada, where you know they're not telling on each other what they're up to, and the government does it under the color of authority
Or national security.
Okay, you know, it's all BS. Okay, you know, you expect it to be too naive or misinformed, then you have a lot of people. You know, it's like they have people hating on Trump because they don't like him. His father was dead. He was a piece of shit. This, that, and the other. I'm not looking at that. I'm looking at when he was in office, was he doing what I needed for him to do as a taxpayer? Okay, and I'm not glorifying him as an angel, but then I don't know too many goddamn people out here that qualify for that position anyway. Okay, so you know, to turn around and be, like he told Hillary when they had that debate that she was trying to get him on you know, paying less taxes. Hey, you know, you people been in power. I'm not playing by your rules. Every millionaire, look at McConnell. He's gonna retire this year.
God.
Okay, the man as a senator makes $175,000 a year. How does he come out of that office a mega multi-millionaire?
Oh, insider secrets. They set things up that inflates the market. It's all insider secrets.
Thank you. Right now, what is the American government's hating on Apple, which is an American company, because they got the smart phone business. You know, what business is you that I'm willing to give them $1,500 for their product?
Well, it's because it's an American business.
Thank
It's
you.
outsourced to be made in China, but it is an American business. It started in
Okay, well, the same thing with TikTok now. You want to force them off the internet for them to sell their company. That's just boycotting. People say, you know, people are worried about
sell us your shit,
Yeah.
or it's gonna get fucking banned.
Right.
That's a gangster move.
That's against the move.
That's
Okay,
extortion at its finest, and I respect it.
Okay.
But hey, I respect it. But stop fucking hitting my pockets, man. I'm trying to be where you guys are at, you fucks.
You know, but you see, that's just the whole thing. The oppression is generalized. You know, it's people.
But you know, hold on, I don't mean to interrupt, but you got me thinking. So, you know, initially when we first started talking about this, you said, you know, the government, when you're dealing with numbers in this fashion, there's no individuality. It's numbers, and you're based on a label. Right?
Right.
And then that kind of trickles down to society all the way, because that's all we deal with. We talk about racism. What's the cure for racism? Well, it comes from the father, right? The father, the head, the country, whatever. They put everything with labels. Poor, haves, have-nots, whatever.
Right.
If you're not treating if the top of the top, the father, the head of the table is not treating people on an individual basis, and they're generalizing and categorizing people, then how do they expect the people that are fucking retarded, that don't have any intelligence, that are making shine in the backwoods of fucking Greenville, how do you expect them to say, oh, that's a good human being, not an N-word?
Well, the problem is that, again, look all the moonshine that the government.
Clearly, I'm not talking about the moonshine. It's just.
But I'm just saying, look at all. They'll turn around and because it's legal.
Right, I get it.
I put a stamp on it as produce,
and I'm making my cut off it.
Right, I can sell that legally, and you don't even want to recognize it as a drug when you do it. But you see now the moonshiner that's been doing this since his beginning, he don't know no better. Okay, you want to characterize him as a criminal.
Right.
Okay, but he's doing the very same thing you're doing. It's just he's not going through you. That's like the mafia. Okay, when mafia moves in on you.
Can't cut out the. Listen, I done sold some drugs. I know how it works. You don't cut out the distributor.
Okay, you gotta wet my lips, give me something to taste. Give me a percentage of what you're making. I'm going to protect you. The government works under the same premise.
Listen, you can't cut off your main distributor, dude.
Okay?
You can't do that. I'd rather work with you than cut you off. But listen, if I'm going to work with you, you got to pay me. Or I'm going to cut you off. I'm going to take your shit.
Thank you.
Like, I know how it works.
Okay? And that's just the whole thing. And if you notice that every aspect or facet of a person's life is regulated and oppressed by somebody. It's like in the older days, medieval days. Everybody reveres the police department and the sheriff. Who was the king's collection? The sheriff. Okay, and he was authorized to do whatever he needed to do to you to get the king's his money. They ain't give a shit. They had nothing to do. People with religion, they act like religion. Religion was the biggest goddamn organization of bigots, and okay, because if you don't believe on that, they got big old headquarters Scientology in California. Okay, and people once they check in, they can't check the fuck out. And this is religion. Okay, so, there's really a lot wrong with society, and that never is going to actually be fixed, because at the end of the day, it's ran by individuals with individual thought process. And a lot of people come to you, and the Bible tells you, and be careful when they come in ship clothing, because you don't know that motherfucker going to take you down the river. Okay, same shit here. Okay, you gotta watch all these people like they're Frankenstein, because you don't know where they go. You can't distinguish who's good, who's bad, who's mediocre. It's just like right now they want to be so goddamn politically correct with this word, retarded. Okay. Okay, I find it more insulting to a retarded individual to call him mentally challenged.
Yeah, me too.
Okay?
No, Willie, I love that you said that. Because, I got a lot of friends back home that are mentally challenged. Just by the nature of where I worked. They're grown up now. They did not like being called special. They didn't like being called special ed kids. They did not like being called mentally challenged. Most of the retards that I know, they prefer to be called by what they have. No, I got Asperger's. No, I got Down syndrome.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
Okay, but...
And see, I can call them retarded because they know I love them.
Right.
I'll protect them. All of them, even the ones I don't know. And they know that when I say, hey, he's fucking retarded.
But
I'm not saying it to talk shit.
But
hey,
how could you...
I'm not going to say he's got Asperger's fucking class 1 on the spectrum towards the higher end functioning adult. Fuck you, he's retarded.
How could you possibly think...
Good kid.
That...
He can name all the capitals of every state.
Right.
He can name all capitals of every state. But he's fucking retarded.
Right, but how do you come up with the conclusion that eliminating the word retarded and emphasizing mentally challenging is any more embracing? Both categories are derogatory.
He's a good dude. If I show him a picture of you, 10 seconds, take that picture away, he'd draw you. Perfect portrait. He's a good dude, but he's retarded.
Okay, he has his condition, but that's the whole thing is that in this country the English language is used, and that's why they most of the time
He's a good dude. If you got a crazy math equation, just say it. He'll give you the answer like that.
Well,
He's a good dude, but he's retarded.
well, and retardation comes in life because there's a lot of people that they have their full faculties that are retarded to me.
Why the fuck did you just look me up and down like that? That's what I want to know. Who the fuck do you think you are looking me up and down like that? That's bullshit, Pappy.
But I'm
That's bullshit.
but I'm just saying, there's a lot of people that you go out there and you talk to them and they're in full control of their faculties and they still fucking retarded.
Yeah.
I mean, as a society, we're growing and we're trying to understand each other's dysfunctions and functions. And but it's just like college. You promise all these kids. Before when we were teenagers, you had a vocational high school to go along with an academic.
I did too, though. I did too.
Okay, so which meant because not everybody has come out here to be a bookworm.
Yeah.
And it's not because they can't read or they can't comprehend.
Right, but they can learn a trade and they can still be just as successful.
That's something that doesn't interest them, to be in a three-piece suit trying to act a particular way.
Right.
Okay? And they're just as comfortable being on their own, creating, building, getting innovative with, ideas, this, that, and the other. But, society itself has put a taboo label on all of these jobs. It's just like saying, for instance, the lottery's up to $1 billion. So you took the cash payout, you get close to $600 million.
Yeah, because they're going to take at least 32 to 40% in taxes.
40%. You can that kind of money it goes up into higher
it's
tax
gonna be 40,
bracket.
yeah.
Okay, so now you figure, okay, you're an instant millionaire. Do you really think that you're going to be accepted in a prestigious golfing community?
No, you're new money.
Right, exactly.
You're lucky money.
Right, exactly.
Excuse me.
Although you have the monetary wealth.
You're not like us.
Thank you.
You didn't work for this. You were gifted
right,
this.
you see, and that's the distinction.
You're just a charity millionaire.
Right, and that's the distinction that's made by a lot of people in this country. Okay.
Hey, I would gladly be a charity millionaire. I will go to all those golf courses.
But what I'm saying is that the average person that has never been in that type of an atmosphere.
Right, but they wouldn't know how to assimilate anyway.
Right.
No. I get what you mean by that.
They would be so out of place. So the money is really not the thing. The prejudice exists, and it's like the government is because while they're busy having the masses hating on each other, they're doing exactly what the fuck they want to do.
Hey,
Paco, stop. But this is the whole thing, it's acceptance. It's what you can't do. Look at Diddy. Diddy. They chasing his ass all over the place. That he has billions of dollars mean anything to him. Don't mean shit. Look at Martha Stewart. They stuck Martha Stewart in jail just to send us, the rest of us, a message. Okay? It's just like how many U.S. Marshals, how much Secret Service agents that you have that see the bullshit. Because, even like the police departments, You go in these courtrooms and you see the wheeling and dealing that's going on
Behind
between
closed
these
doors, yeah, in the chambers.
Yeah, in chambers, and you done busted your ass, almost got popped in the ass with a fucking round trying to catch this motherfucker, and these fucking people negotiate this our bitches freedom, cause it's all about the almighty dollar. Ain't got nothing to do with no fucking justice. Okay, it's just like fucking speeding. Okay, speeding is only a problem when it's a problem. When I start responding to many accidents and shit, and what I do that for a week, just to show my presence, like I give a fuck, but they don't give a fuck. Okay, I mean, people. The law is made to be circumvented. That sign that says 65 miles an hour is not a suggestion. That's the law. If you go 66 miles an hour,
You broke the law.
you broke the law. Okay? But if I'm going to turn around and try to grab everybody for going that one, I don't have enough goddamn people do it.
Right. Not until it becomes a problem, just like you said.
Okay. And the bigger the population grows, the bigger the problems grow. You know, it's just like in this state here. I was the other day, the other night, I was dropping off the bus and you head down the fucking street, people busting caps. Ta, 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 ta. I know it was no fucking firecrackers.
Well, yeah.
Okay? So now when they turn around and these legislators, because now you scared them, okay, get in chamber and want to restrict all of your shit, it's not because they really give a shit about you, they give a shit about themselves. Okay, it's like saying all these laws.
You can remain armed, but not as well armed as we are, because.
Thank you. Okay.
Listen, at the end of the day, we got to be able to win.
Okay, it's like the president when he comes out. All them guys in them fancy suits are all walking around with fucking Uzis up underneath their jacket.
100%.
So what a lot of people don't realize is the difference between you being a subject and you being a citizen is you being able to maintain yourself armed. Okay, because once you give up your arms, you become a fucking subject. Okay, I dictate policy to you. What you gonna fight me back with? A slingshot? You ain't gonna win.
Like David did.
That was just one freak. You just got lucky, got the giant.
But I mean, it's allegorical. So, like, we're the little guys. We're the Davids.
Right. I'm telling you, they warn you about false prophets,
yeah,
and everything else. Okay, how many preachers ain't in jail for doing atrocities?
How many should be?
Okay, those are just the ones that caught.
Yeah, how many should be?
Okay, so you see, you live in a very hypocritical society. Okay, it's like women selling their bodies. That's been since the beginning of time.
And I don't agree. I don't agree with them putting any kind of law on that. If they want, listen, it's a commodity. It's a good. If people are willing to pay for it, that's fine. I mean, if you're a woman and you're doing it, I don't agree with it. I don't agree with it, especially you have the brains, the intelligence,
right,
the skills, the capability. Use that.
But a lot of women look at it this way.
It's a great fallback plan in case some shit happens.
A lot of women,
you can make money.
The ones that are smart go up there and make a king's ransom on the bullshit. Okay, they get into other legitimate business with the money they're generating, and then they walk away from it. Okay, can you live with the stigma?
Well, can you live with yourself?
And can you live with yourself?
Right, that you compromised maybe your values.
Right, your values. But some people, you could see in today's society, these people ain't got no scruples.
Yeah.
Okay, these women on Facebook even Facebook is getting, all these chicks with their asses hanging out, legs jacked up in the air. But then they'll get offensive when they go out to. Yesterday we stand up there waiting for letting the team off. Two black chicks walk. A chick had her skirt was maybe about this far from showing the crack eye. But you'll turn around and you mind your business standing there and they think you're looking at them. Or what are you looking at? Well, bitch, I'm looking at you. It's fucking tongue walking around like your fucking ass hanging out. It's like, You know, woman, you walking around like that, and you gonna jump attitude with me, and I'm supposed to crawl up in my shell. Bitch, I'm looking at you. It's fucking. Where the fuck are the rest of your clothes? You don't want me looking at you. Don't be walking down the street with your ass hanging out.
Yeah.
Why is this my fault? Okay, it's like I had.
And you know, here's the thing that I hate. I hate all these liberal soy boy beta cucks. Oh, respect the woman. Dude, your wife is more manly than you are, and I can guarantee you your wife is looking at her ass too. And what upsets me is it's an act.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And I don't give a fuck who wants to argue me with this. It's an act. Because at the end of the day, if you are a man, if you are a biological man, there are just certain primordial instincts that you have that you cannot necessarily control. Can you control them? Like, yeah, I'm not going and raping chicks.
Yeah. I mean,
okay, yeah, that's control because I'm civilized, right? But make no mistake, if I wasn't civilized and haven't evolved years and years and years ago,
I hit you upside the head with a club and take you and do what I want.
And my club is my penis.
Yeah.
Smack. Off you go. Have my kids. I'll be back with the fucking tiger for dinner.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I'm not saying that's okay. I'm saying that's what has removed us from our ancestors. The urge still is there. Not to rape anybody, but the urge is, that's an attractive female. I'm looking because I appreciate it.
The problem is that the people, society lives with a hypocritical oath. Because in public, you know, you're gonna be shunned, you're gonna be chastised, you're gonna be everything in public. But between closed door, everything goes.
Yeah.
Okay.
As long as it's consenting.
You know, and then you turn around here with this LBQT whatever movement. You know, I mean, it's like I'm confused. Why would you spend all this goddamn money to look drop dead gorgeous, tits and what have you, and you still got a fucking penis? I just don't get it. I mean, because you look at some of these trans women, I mean, they're actually more beautiful than some of the women that you see out there.
Willie Pops, it hurts me to say this. That doesn't really hurt me to say this. You're right.
Okay, now, to me, I've come a long way because back in my days, you know, if you were queer or funny, you know, you got your ass whooped.
Right, which isn't cool.
Okay, which isn't cool. You know, I've come to terms with that. But then, by the same token, don't get in my face trying to tell me that this is normal or that you identifying. I can tell to you right now, I'm identifying as a fucking millionaire and I'm still broke.
Right.
Okay, you know, that just because you identifying with something doesn't make it so.
Yeah.
Okay, so now you're going to get upset with me if I'm trying to have a civil conversation with you so that you help me understand your thought process.
Right, but they can't understand their own thought process. That's
right.
why they get flustered and get upset.
Right.
Because they think you're trying to ask loaded
questions. Right, you're trying to demean them, which you're not. You're just curious because you don't, you know, as far as you understand, there's two genders. Okay, I don't give a shit how you divide them.
Well, the first things first, I think we need to make a clear separation between homosexuality and transgenders and transsexuals because those are completely different things. I know a lot of homosexuals that want nothing to do with that community, that they feel like that community's actually invaded their movement.
Right.
You know, does it go kind of hand in hand? I guess, but not really. Like, I think of it like this. What I've been told and what I understand is the gay community, that's just everybody, normal, everybody, like, hey, I'm just attracted to my same sex. But then you have, like, your subsections, just like in every community. Well, you got this one subsection of the gay community that is transsexual. You got another subsection that likes the chaps and the leathers. Like, and that's fine. That's fine. But when one community is trying to encroach on the other, it's making everything look bad. And that's what a lot of the people in the gay community are saying is they're not agreeing with this movement because they see it. Drags, trans, all that good stuff, is adult humor. It's adult entertainment. It doesn't even need to be sexualized.
Thank you.
It was adult humor at one point. I remember being 16, 15, 16, being asked to go to a drag show because my manager was a drag queen.
Mm.
He wasn't a weirdo. Well, I mean, he wasn't a weirdo or anything. He wasn't a pedophile or nothing. He was a gay dude. He thought it was hysterical to dress up like a drag queen, and it made him fucking money on the side.
And that's all I want to find. I don't disagree.
My problem is, and I don't mean to interrupt, is it's adult entertainment.
Yeah, but when you want to turn the tables and make it personal, okay, by saying that people are hating on people. People have their own belief, and the same way that it's come to a point where you have expectations of people respecting your choice.
100%.
Okay,
and you need to reciprocate that.
Right, you need to reciprocate that. Because now you become the hater.
Yes.
Okay, because I have the audacity.
To disagree.
No, to be inquisitive.
Yeah.
If I'm being inquisitive, I'm being demeaning. I'm trying to.
Well, that's where a lot of us have a problem, Pappy, and I can only speak for myself. That's where I have a problem, and I can use this personal example. I had a customer for the company I work for. I went to deliver their stuff, and I said, "Oh, good morning, yes, ma'am." That was the wrong thing to say.
Yeah.
And they put me in check.
Mm.
I was in company uniform, and I just said, "I am so sorry. I didn't mean to offend you. But also, please don't insult me like that." Well, how am I insulting you? How? Because you're trying to make it seem like I'm attacking you.
Right.
I'm only going based on what I see and what I hear. Sir. And I did. I called her sir. I said, "Sir, you look like a female and you sound like a female. I was not doing that intentionally. I apologize."
Right.
After we got that squashed, you know what? Because he was such a good guy, I'll call him in. He gave me a $20 tip.
Yeah. Well, the thing is that basically
just don't attack me. I'm not doing it to be a dick.
But you see, most of the conflicts of the world have come by misunderstandings.
Here's my thing, Pop. For the majority, since we're talking en masse, if you look like a chick, I'm gonna call you chick. That's that's my personal thing.
Right.
But if we're having a personal thing, or I meet you just like I did that customer, and you tell me, "Hey, can you just call me that?" Sure. It's no different than me addressing you by a name. If I say Wilfred, "Hey, can you call me Willie?" Absolutely, Willie.
Well, I mean, how many times in the bus I got 50 some odd people piling out.
Like I'm not a total dickhead like that. You know what I mean?
Everybody's saying thank you, and you're trying to look and yes, sir.
Exactly.
Yes, ma'am.
Exactly.
And a lot of times I've called women, man. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Me too.
And women, and you don't mean any. It's not anything to. You're just trying to reciprocate, their thank you. But, people misconstrue everything.
But that's where the frustration from somebody like me comes in and kind of like what you're saying comes in is, don't attack me because now you're pissing me off because you're out there looking for an issue. Listen, I'm here to tell you, me personally, I don't give a fuck what you do. I don't care if you got a dick the size of King Kong and you got the tits the size of Dolly Parton's. Don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Leave my family alone. Leave me alone. Be cool to me.
Yeah.
And I'll be cool to you. You could fuck who you want. You could suck who you want. You could do whatever drug you want. I don't care.
It's none of your business. If it don't affect me,
I don't give a shit.
If it don't affect me, I don't give a shit.
You want to abort 12 babies? Guess what? I'll throw one in you for free. You have number 13 on me. I don't give a shit. Because at the end of the day, I'm not judging you.
Right.
I might not agree with what you're doing, but listen, that's just my personal thing. But I'm not. You do what you do, because guess what? You're gonna have to talk to whoever. I mean, that's between you and them. It has nothing to do with me.
You have to get right with whomever you feel that you need to get right with.
Yeah.
That's your business.
And I'm not that guy. I just want to be your friend.
That's
Or,
like-
if you need somebody to talk to.
It's just like I had the poor woman from Human Resource. I had her crazy. Because she's putting all this hypothetical bullshit up there, Well, what happens if guy comes and he wants to leave his drunk girlfriend on a bus? Oh no, the minute he started walking off that bus, I tell him he had to take the bitch with him.
That's the go.
Civility on this planet is going to be because you want to rationalize each and every individual action that a person may do. Okay, a lot of times people treat you how they perceive you.
Absolutely.
Okay?
Absolutely.
Okay? If they perceive you as somebody that is not wise to be fucked with, they leave you the fuck alone.
Yeah.
Okay? Because they're not trying to feel the heat. Okay? It's just the people they think they can get away with. And sometimes you have to emphasize, I'm not the one. It's like on my job. Everybody thinks I'm batshit crazy.
Me too.
Because I'm talking shit to all of them.
Me too.
I walk into the door talking shit.
Me too.
They'll ask me, what are you doing in here? Oh, I'm seeing how much hate and discontent I can raise before I leave.
Me too. And see, hey, ladies and gentlemen, for the people that work with me, now is it starting to come full circle, Is it starting to come full circle at this point?